everyone. Hey, good morning, good morning. Welcome all you new folks and welcome back everybody to Loving It on Keto. Hey you guys, today is our first official day back from vacation. I had to stay home today per my boss's instructions. Just got through talking to him. I have no symptoms, no signs of any illness whatsoever. As long as my temperature tomorrow is normal, I can go back to work. They don't want you to go to work for any reason if you have any kind of a temperature right now. So we're gonna check that. Harry's doing fine. I let him sleep today. He's just been resting and sleeping on and off. He did have another bout of high fever in the middle of the night, night sweats, and I think that's the time when the Tylenol wears off until you take more Tylenol. But we're keeping his fever at bay on Tylenol every 4 hours. So he's been taking that for about 4 days now. And you know, it's a necessary item that he needs in order to help him get well. So anyway, you guys, everything that you eat or drink the day before and sometimes 2 days prior, including taking over-the-counter medicines such as Tylenol, Aleve, naproxen, over-the-counter allergy medications, a course of antibiotics, and all those things can have a direct effect on your water, specifically water retention, not getting a good night's sleep, being sick, having an injury, all those things that we look at, you guys. So give yourself grace when you are going through an illness, allergy attack, a sprain, strain, overdoing it. Let me tell you, every night when we got home back to the hotel at Disneyland, our legs were stiff and sore. We walked from our hotel, the Disney Paradise Pier Hotel, we walked to Bubba Gump's, which was 1 mile there, and then walked all the way back to the hotel. And that was after we did Disneyland all day, from 8 to 8 p.m. because our reservation was at 8:40 p.m. and we just walked there. So my legs and calves were pretty darn stiff. So, but we had a ball. Anyway, you guys, we are back on track, and I want to share with you guys what we had to eat yesterday that was perfectly keto. Yesterday, we had to go do the rapid test and all those good things. I took out steak and eggs. We had steak and eggs, 8-ounce steak, 2 eggs, 1.5 slices of bacon. We had 2 of the sausage, egg, and cheese buns that I make, and oh my gosh, they were delicious. We had Keto Chow that I had made for Harry, and I just took those and made quick and easy ice cream out of them. We had a slice of my spice cake afterwards, and we used some half and half packets in the coffee. We had coffee that we purchased, and you know, they give you those little half and half packets. We had 2 of those, or little containers. I don't know what they're called. So we had the same. Carbs were 20 grams. Fat was 63 grams. Protein was 152 grams, and calories was right around 1,251. So we had a great day yesterday as far as food is concerned. Yes, we did. I'm going to put this right over here. Get it out of my way because I've been busy this morning. Now, we went on vacation. We stayed keto, but I went up 2 4/10 pounds total. Harry, on the other hand, has gone up 6 4/10, and I know that's because he's been on Tylenol consistently throughout the day, every 4 hours to be exact. And he's taking 2 Tylenol every 4 hours per the doctor's instructions over the phone in order to help bring his fever down to a good level. Because when it got up to 101, that's not good, especially for Harry, who has issues with his heart and heart surgery. So we're not worried about that either. And he can tell because his tummy's bloated. So I think all in all, we did pretty darn good.
Yeah, I think so too.
Eating and not counting, not tracking, not counting, eating when we were hungry, stopping when we were full, and staying keto. Now, one thing I can say is I took a box of chocolate chip Quest cookies with us, and my daughter bought us a box of the new vanilla iced birthday cake cookies the little ones that are individually wrapped by Quest. We had a backpack, and I put one of each in our backpack in case Chalice, David, and Justin wanted to go in and have a pastry, because there are pastries and goodies all over the park. And for Harry and I, getting a nice, fresh, hot cup of coffee and having one of those was perfect for us. It was a treat for us. It was keto. It had a little bit more carbs, maybe. You know, maybe the ingredients aren't what you would eat, but it worked for Harry and I. And the one thing I think that I indulged in more than anything was vegetables, and Harry as well. We had the most delectable, delicious, best tasting ever. It's called a Caesar's Brussels. Caesar's Brussels. And let me tell you, they took Brussels sprouts and they sauteed them in butter and garlic. They put on Parmigiano Parmigiano. I can't say the name of it. It's not just Parmesan cheese, but it's an Italian cheese. Really aromatic, delicious cheese, and pine nuts on it. And Harry is not a Brussels sprouts person.
Like Brussels
he
sprouts,
tucked into those. He loved those. We split them, and that was a huge
Well, it didn't taste
dish.
Like Brussels sprouts, man.
It tasted like
good.
butter and pine nuts and cheese and all the goodness, deliciousness. But basically, we ordered cheeseburger, lettuce wrapped, and Johnny on the spot were right on it. We had no problems whatsoever with asking them. Wherever we went to eat, I'd had a salmon wrapped in a lettuce wrap instead of the salmon sandwich. It worked out wonderfully, you guys. And we'll share those pictures with everybody on the things that we did have to eat. I don't think we got one of the Brussels sprouts though, and that's too bad because I think we just inhaled them because it was so good. But we had lettuce wedge salad with blue cheese, bacon. I mean, we had all the delicious keto foods, and we just ate until we were full, and I didn't worry about it. So I figured the walking and everything that I did, we did not have a bite of anything that was not keto. It may have been more than we normally would have had. It may have been more rich with blue cheese and dressing and mayonnaise or tartar sauce, but we stayed keto. And I think the trick was we took something sweet that we could eat. We took our bodega cooler that we are reviewing and plugged it into the car. We took it up to the room. It had all of our Zevias and sodas and everything in it. We took a case of water with us because everything is super expensive in Disneyland. Yes, it is. And it's like $3.50 or $5 for a bottle of water, depending on where you were buying it, if it was the hotel or if it was in the park. So we had a wonderful time, and we did stay keto. And I did have to take some Tylenol. I drove 7 hours. It was a 7-hour drive to get there because we stopped to walk Sally. We stopped and got something for lunch, stopped to stretch our legs, and it was 7 hours there, and then coming home it was 7 hours. So that's a long drive to be sitting in one position and holding my arm up to drive. So I did have to take Tylenol. Actually, I didn't take Tylenol there. I took naproxen at the park. I took Tylenol when we got home because I was exhausted from driving and everything. But anyway, you guys, we'll share some of those pictures with everybody, I promise. But I want to go to the big board for Harry because he's just not feeling good, and he's got, he's just not up to doing the big board. So I'm going to do it. He's just going to be cameraman today. So we put our vacation started on Saturday before we left, and it ended on Sunday. And I was at 171.8, and Harry was at 167. And so I went up 2 4/10 pounds, and Harry went up 6 4/10 pounds. Actually, he weighed less when we got home. I think he weighed 170.
I don't
when
know
we
what
got
it is.
home, like on Thursday or Friday.
Yeah.
But you said, don't count that.
Yeah.
Let me do this. And then this morning was like, shoot, should have counted that one. I said, don't worry about it, honey. You've been on Tylenol for 4 days. Until we get your fever to where it's down into the 99 level, under 100 level, we can back off on the Tylenol. But for right now, that's where you need to be. So I got up this morning and I let Harry sleep. He and Sally fell asleep on the couch. But before I left, he wanted to have those sausage, egg, and cheese buns. So a lot of people asked, are they reheatable? We put them in the refrigerator. I took them out, wrapped them, each one in its own little paper towel, put it in the oven and nuked it for 30 seconds. Then I took Harry, sliced him in half and kind of opened him and then nuked him for about 20 to 30 more seconds until the inside got warm. And then I did the same with
With or without
mine.
paper towels?
The second time when I cut them in half, I did not put paper towels. The first time I put paper towels because they were a little bit moist on top.
Because they were perfect.
Somebody asked about if you recook these the following day or this kind of bread, how it is.
And how did I cook it, Harry?
She cooked it in the microwave. Okay.
And what did I do?
30 seconds?
I wrapped it in each piece in paper towels.
Right.
And then I covered it with our shield of protection.
Yes, my shield of protection.
And how do they look? I did 30 seconds at a time till I got them to the heat I wanted, but they look good. The cheese melted. Go ahead and take a taste test. Now they're soft. Look, you can see, turn it where you took a bite because the bread is not hard. It's heating them gradually. You guys do 30 seconds at a time. You can either cut them in half or you can leave them whole and wrap them in a loose paper towel until they're heated the way you want them to be heated.
That's really good.
Is it?
Actually, I like the taste better today than I did yesterday. Wonder why.
I don't know. But the bread still tastes like bread. It's not hard or
great.
anything. Okay, Harry, well, you enjoy your breakfast, dear. Let me see. Turn them all around so I can see. So, you guys, we basically just finished off all 8 because Harry had 2.5 last night. I had 1.5. I'm having 2 and Harry's having 2 this morning. That's how good they are. And they were perfect. They were not styrofoamy. They were not dry. We ate the whole thing. And the one thing about the bread, Indigo Nilly's bread, and anyone who is using like Anita from Ketogenic Woman, when you guys add whole egg yolks or egg yolks, even Janet Greta adds egg yolks to her bread now, the breads are so much different in texture, you guys. They are actually like bread. They're not the old styrofoam, tastes like nothing bread that's hard to do. So it's really well worth it to put some yolk or whole eggs or raw egg yolks back into the mix because it makes a huge difference in the texture, taste, and smell of your bread. It really, really, really does. Anyway, I got up and I decided I'm going to go shopping because I have some things in my head I was thinking about. And then it's funny because the one thing I was thinking about, someone kind of did a variation of it and I'm really excited about that. And I'm going to share the stuff that I bought. And then I will make the one thing I was thinking about. There's 2 things I was thinking about, which I'm very excited about. So anyway, let me share our grocery haul with everybody. So they had Zevias, yes they did, and man, we got the last 3 of the ginger root beer.
What are you drinking now?
Ginger root beer, it tastes so good.
I know, it's my favorite.
I got a cherry Zevia cola, and Harry got plain cola because he likes the plain with a little caffeine. Oh yeah. You guys, Harry has broken one of his bad habits, and I am so excited. Guess what Harry is no longer drinking, you guys? Can you guess?
No, what is it? Tell me.
Rains and bangs.
Yep, all gone.
He has not had one in over a week. He started doing it on the 15th, which was our first vacation day, because he said if I get tired or anything, I want to make sure I get them all out of my system. And he's been doing really, really good. And the good news is those things are expensive. Everything has gone up exponentially in price. And it was something that was a treat for him, but not necessary. So he has cut that out of his life, and I'm very, very happy. And that doesn't mean we aren't going to have one on occasion, but it's not going to be an everyday thing. And so far, he has not had one, and I think you're on your 7th day, 8th day?
8th.
8th day of not having any rain and any bangs. So I'm excited for that, and that's cost savings to us as well. Maybe I can buy another pack of hamburger with what I normally would spend on it, because it's expensive. Even on sale, it's expensive. So I'm happy for that. They had eggs. We went to Safeway, which is really close. I went to Safeway. They had organic eggs on sale for under $5, and I got 2. I got 2 more of the ground turkey, 90% lean turkey meat, because I absolutely plan on making more, you guys. My buns are all gone.
Yep.
They're all gone, so I've got to make some more. I won't show that on film, but I'm going to make it exactly the same way, so I have some buns for the next 2 days that I have to go to work, because I have to go to work Tuesday and Wednesday. That'll give Harry some to have at home as well. Now, they had 80/20, 10 patties for $10, and I got them pre-made because there's something I want to make with these today. I got another thing of the sharp Tillamook cheddar, because we like the sharp cheddar in our sausage, egg, and cheese buns. They're absolutely delicious. Now, I got some California extra virgin olive oil, because I'm going to go back to cooking half olive oil and half butter. And remember, on your olive oil, you guys, there are so many olive oils that have added canola, added soy. One of the biggest mafia tricks that's going on right now in Europe is it's not really counterfeiting, but they're taking away, and it's not 100% pure extra virgin olive oil anymore. They're adding stuff. So what you need to look for, and California actually is one of the most stringent places to get your olive oil from. They are certified, California grown. They're certified, you guys. They have seals on it. They tell you where it was distributed by, but most importantly, right here, they tell you when they harvested it and when you should use it from, and the lot number. Very important, and it needs to say extra virgin olive oil. That is the ingredients of it. Now, as neat as the olive containers are that you can get to put olive oil in, olive oil needs to be used. You don't want to store it. You don't want to leave it on the countertop where the sun can get to it, because it can turn the olive oil rancid eventually. You want to keep it in a dark, cool, dry spot. Use it and put it away until it's done. And you guys, once it's
that's
open,
why the bottles are
you
dark.
need to use it within a couple of months from when you open it. So I always get a smaller bottle of my olive oil when I get it. So that's just it. I got myself some Simply Pickled Slices, kosher hamburger dill chips. Yes, indeed. They had the first cold pressed organic extra virgin olive oil spray that I love. And it says extra virgin olive oil. That's all that's in it. It was on sale. I bought 3 cans because I use it all the time to make my breads. And even though I have some Kerrygold, I bought a cube of Kerrygold that was on sale. Now, I bought some toasted sesame seed for something that I am going to be making. I bought some organic caraway seeds for something I am going to be making. So I am going to be making a faux, because I don't have all of the ingredients to make a faux rye bread with the egg white mix today, you guys. And I saw Indigo Nilly blooming her active dry yeast. So I thought I would bloom my active dry yeast and some sourdough starter. So in my water, I put 1.5 cups of the actual water, warm, and I sprinkled in a teaspoon of active dry yeast and 1/2 teaspoon of sourdough starter, and I let it sit and bloom for about 1.5 hours, you guys, until the water got cool. And I've got some bubbles on top. If you look in here, come look, because we've got bubbles where it's been blooming. Can you see all the little bubbles in there?
Yeah.
Rye bread has a denser, sour, slightly sour taste with caraway seeds. And I thought I was gonna put molasses in it, but molasses won't work because molasses is too sweet. I've been doing a lot of research and a lot of reading. So I just put my molasses away because I don't think it's gonna work for this. But I think we're gonna have rye bread because this smells amazingly yeasty, doesn't it, Harry?
Oh, yeah.
It's got that sourdough yeast smell
yeah.
just from sitting in warm water and blooming. Now I put 2 tablespoons allulose. The allulose that normally would go in my bread, 2 tablespoons, I put in here instead. So I'm gonna put that aside. In this bowl, I've got 2 teaspoons caraway seed, which are my little caraway seeds, you guys. I put 2 teaspoons. I have a teaspoon of nutritional yeast. I have 1 teaspoon xanthan gum. And I've got 2 teaspoons of my cream of tartar. That's how I like to make my regular bread, minus the caraway seeds. So it's my regular recipe. Blooming this, I normally would have my 1 teaspoon of active dry yeast in with this. Sourdough, I opened this, it's brand new for me. So, and I can't believe the bubbles that are coming up from it, you guys. It's blooming, I'm so excited. One thing I need to do is measure out. I'm going to use 20 grams of the whole dried egg powder. So let me get my scale. Harry was using it to feed Sally. So I'm going to try not sifting it and see if there's a difference between sifting and not sifting, you guys. So this should be interesting. So I want to have 20 grams of whole dried eggs. You can use whole dried eggs or yolk. I think if you use pure yolk, you want to use less than 20 grams. But the dried yolk, I'm just really impressed with the way my buns came out yesterday. There we go. 20. So we put this scale away. I was very impressed with the way the whole eggs make it taste and look. It was delicious. Our buns are gone. That's how delicious they were. Look at this. Look at the bubbles in there. Wow. I mean, you just can't really see them on camera, but you guys, it's amazing how. So you need 3/4 cup of the egg flour, the egg white powder. And then I'm going to put all of the ingredients in, the tartar, cream of tartar, caraway seeds, nutritional yeast, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and some xanthan gum right in there. And then I'm going to take a whisk today, you guys. My wrist isn't working very well. So I'm just going to whisk this up. This is wonderful. Man, does that smell good. And I'm just gonna pour that in. Give it a quick stir to get, normally I would use the whisk from my machine. But this is just easier for me to do without taking the machine in and out of its little holder because of my wonderful wrist issue that I have going on. I'm going to put this in and beat it for 6 minutes on high. Now I'm gonna put a little bit of the whole egg powder in at a time. Oops. And then beat it on low. Incorporate it. With the shield up, it's harder to get this in than if you didn't have a shield on, but the shield is wonderful. It just smells heavenly. I can smell the yeast. Can't you, Harry?
Yep.
You can smell that caraway seeds. You can smell the yeast. Oops.
10. You didn't grab that and throw it in there.
What?
That little bit you spilled. Does it matter?
No, because it's on the counter.
Oh.
It's not even a spoonful.
On the counter.
It is on the counter, and that's why my apron is always dirty, because I'm always wiping my hands. Anyway, you guys.
You're constantly cleaning the freaking counter. I don't think it's anything wrong with it.
I know I just did it, but it's just the idea. It's the idea. Ooh, nice peaks. The consistency of the dough is beautiful. It's just such a pretty dough, isn't it, Harry?
Yeah, it really is. So we can see it.
Just want to go down and make sure you've got all the dough and the powder and all the seeds. Excuse me. Just gonna put this in here. Look at that.
It's like taffy.
It's beautiful. You want to make sure you've got it in.
And it's like really thick. You know?
It is. It just makes beautiful, beautiful dough. I'm hoping this will taste like rye bread, but if not, at least it will be caraway bread, right?
Right. Wow, that stuff is really neat looking.
I'm hoping that by allowing the sourdough starter, bread starter, and the active dry yeast blooming for an hour and a half with the allulose, that's kind of pulling away a little bit, with the allulose, that does give it,
I'll fill in.
that gives it that little bit of sourness that you need and a little denser dough that you need in order to get that rye bread or Russian rye taste out of the bread. So thank you again, Indigo Nilly, for sharing how you bloomed the active dry yeast, and thank you, Anita, for making caraway buns and giving me inspiration to make this bread. This is a big loaf pan, so it doesn't get as tall as when I use 2 of the smaller silicone loaves. So man, it just smells like sourdough bread.
Does it?
Yes, it does. And the caraway, you can really smell the caraway seeds in here, you guys. Okay.
Did you draw your line?
Yes, I did. Into the oven. Can you, let's see if I can do this.
What?
Into the oven it goes for 30 minutes or until done on 325, you guys. And hopefully it tastes like rye bread, but if not, at least we'll have a delicious loaf of caraway bread. Well, I've got a goofy looking loaf. Yes, I do. Hope it tastes good. I haven't seen one goofy looking like this since the old original raw egg white bread that we used to do, you guys.
Yeah, look at this.
Wonder why it did this. I must not have packed it down right.
Well, I wonder if the yeast does that.
I don't know, it could. Anyway, it feels done. Okay, you guys, we'll come back when this cools down.
Nice shape, Wendy.
Oh, I know. Wonder why it got like this. It looks like a two-story boat.
I think it's got. The only thing I can think of is.
I don't know.
The yeast.
No, I just didn't push it down. I was so interested in the bottom part of this. Looks like I got a double-decker. I got my vitamins here I forgot to take today. We've been munching on carnivore crisps. Man, are they delicious. Pork loin. The pork loin is really good.
Yeah, isn't it? It's like bacon.
We've been sitting there eating pork loin, man. It's delicious. If you guys want to try carnivore crisps, you guys, we have a discount down in the description below. Let's take a look at this loaf. This silly looking loaf brings me back to the, ooh, very pretty.
Looks interesting though.
Ooh, yeah. Smells delicious. Slices nice and thin. We're just gonna have a goofy shape. Oops. It's still hot. That's a pretty loaf though, inside. Oh man. Caraway seeds, it feels nice. It's got great texture. Let's try a piece. Look at Sally's here. Ooh, wow.
Does it taste good?
There's a little sourness to this, you guys. It's like sourdough bread. It's better. Blooming it is the key to getting more sourdough out of the dough. Now this is still smoking hot. But you guys, that's a beautiful loaf. And see, you get a little bit more bubbles with that. We got the caraway seed. Here, Harry, I want you to take a taste. He doesn't want to be on camera, you guys. He is having a bad hair day. Yes, indeed he is.
A bad everything day.
You know what? This is very good. It is very good. Thank you to Anita from Ketogenic Women for making caraway buns. Gave me the inspiration to try some form of rye caraway bread. This fits the bill. It's got that soury back end taste to it. It's got the caraway up front that explodes in your mouth. It's soft and chewy and delicious because we're using the whole egg white powder that Indigo Nilly is using, you guys. So it's great to have delicious bread again that I don't need to drink water with every bite.
I wouldn't know.
Oh, I'm sorry. Would you like a taste?
Yes.
Here. And I like the chewiness of the crushes down there. Okay, Harry, here's your piece. Where's your hand? Hold on to it. Take a taste. I think that's good.
It is.
That's really good.
It is really good.
That would make a great toast with egg and bacon. It's got just enough caraway seeds in it for me. Can you taste the sourness of it?
Oh yeah.
You really can.
Yeah.
I think that
this is really close to sourdough bread.
It is, with the caraway in it. I think it's really delicious, you guys.
You need to work on that a little bit.
I do. Anyway, you guys, we are back on track. Tomorrow is, let me close this off. Today was Monday. Tomorrow is a protein sparing modified fast high priority. Limit your carbs to 10 grams total. Limit your fat to 30 grams total and move your body. We are back on track, at least I am. We made some ground hamburger that we've got, and we've got bone broth ready to go. And I even have some Keto Chow for Harry, so he's got stuff because I need to go to work tomorrow. But you guys, this bread is a win.
What you got?
Oh,
I want some.
well, I just thought I'd try some.
Mmm. Really?
Yep.
I get a bite. Mmm, that's good. Oh yeah. Now if that was grape, that would really be good.
It may look goofy, but it's delicious. So we'll see everybody soon. Hey everybody, please remember to like, subscribe, ring the little bell. Give me a thumbs up. Sally wants to say goodbye. Do you want a little piece of this bread? Okay, be careful. Be careful. Okay, come over here. Ooh, that was cute. Can you say goodnight? Good night. Say good night. Good night. Say good night. Sally, say good night. Good girl. Yes, indeed. Good night, everyone. You're so smart. Yes, you are. You need to meet little Teddy, Anita's dog on Ketogenic Woman. He's the fluffy version of you.
Yeah, both of you hang out in bed all day.
They'd be happy in the kitchen together.
Yep.
This is good. I'm gonna take some of this to work with me. Piece of carnivores.
Bye.
Bye.